Morning. I'm back in the garage for today's first part of this video. This will probably end up being a video that's over 2 or 3 different days because obviously, as I've said before, I don't have a great deal of stuff to do at the minute, or stuff that I want to do involves money that I haven't got at the minute. So I'm just going to do a little bit today, and then, like I say, if my t-shirt changes colour in the next few videos, you'll know that it was a few days after. Catch you in a bit. So, on a very early video, before I knew hardly anything about the car, we were doing something with the front valance, and this is the spoiler that should go along the bottom to hide, like, you know, the bottom of the engine mounts and the suspension things and stuff. Apparently these are quite rare, because they usually rot away, or I suppose get clouted off on curbs and stuff. I got a message from a guy who I didn't know, Brian his name is, saying, "You've got a valance trim missing, I've got one if you want it." I said, "How much do you want for it?" He said, "I don't want anything for it, I'd like it to go to you, you're looking after your car and it's nice to see that you're saving one." So he's given me this. I've eventually got around to fetching it after the lockdown was eased a bit. So we're going to tidy it up a bit today. It's got a little bit of damage on the corner. I'm going to straighten it out as much as I can, and then we'll see what we can do. Okay, so I've straightened up the kinks. You'll notice there's a bit of corrosion in the end here. Obviously that could do with a very good person who can weld really well filling that in. That person isn't me. So because it's so low down, I think if I just coat this with paint to protect it and stop it getting any worse, that's the best I can do for now. And maybe someone more talented than me could do something with that at a later date. Okay, so annoyingly, the car's been sat since, I don't know, 3 or 4 days, and we know we've got this little water leak here. I've got a bit of a wet patch under the car, but it looks green. Now, I know the antifreeze I put in the car is blue, so I don't really know what's green, although it's evident that we've definitely got wet all on the engine down the bottom, and certainly running to where the green is. I'm a bit confused what could be green. It's obviously not going to be the hydroelastic fluid stuff, because for a start it wouldn't find itself to that centre part there. The valves are at the rear, as we know. So unless antifreeze goes in blue and comes out green, I'm a bit baffled by that. There you go, that's a bit of a close-up. You can clearly see that that is a green colour. And then if we look in the expansion bottle, the level hasn't moved, and that looks blue to me. Weird, man. Right, had a quick look at offering it up before I paint it. Luckily, if you like, there is still one of the existing holes that it would mount on to give me some sort of dating point. However, because all this has been welded in, it's not exactly the best level job in the world, so holding it up, there are gaps everywhere, so it should be fun pulling this into some sort of shape, but we'll have a go. Also, out of interest, and I don't recommend you do this at home, kids, don't drink antifreeze. Apparently it does something bad to you, so the man says. What does he know? But that's definitely antifreeze. I had a bit of a lick, as you do, and it tastes very sweet, like antifreeze. I mean, I've not drank much hydroelastic fluid, so, you know. But like I say, it's dripping from here at the bottom of the engine. You can see on my finger. So it's running down the front of the engine here. It's wet there. So it's got to be water. Can't be anything else. There you go. Lovely. Right, so just roughly That one's screwed in gently, just to give me some sort of idea of the spacing, and then I'll mark the other side up and hold it up from there. You can actually see a little bit of the original hole still exists, and then this mark here is where I've got to drill. There we go, that's just going to allow me to mark the middle bits somewhere there, there and there before I paint it. Right, I've drilled all the holes now, just made sure they're lined up, so get this cleaned off and painted. Right, it's 27 degrees today, so I'm hoping in full sun that should dry to enable me to get it on later. Rightio, I've got it on. I like to do a bit of a, I loathe the word bodge, but I'm pretty good at bodging. Because where the valance has obviously been patched and whatever, I did say at the start this centre was all to cock. Every time I try to tighten the centre one up, there's a little plastic raw plug, if you like, for want of a better word, in there, and as soon as it was pulling tight it was just popping out. So I've had to put a nut and a bolt in the centre there just to try and get it tight. So obviously everywhere else is as true as it's going to get to the existing metal, but then when you get to the centre there, it's that high. If I tighten that anymore, it's just starting to pull that up. So it is what it is. I mean, it's on, and certainly that will stop me worrying about it falling off. But yeah, I'm just glad I can't see these anymore. It used to really annoy me being able to see these suspension tie bars, I guess, for want of a better word, whatever you call them. It used to annoy me, so at least that looks better for me now. Hello. So on the last video I said I might do a couple of days worth of Allegro tinkering. So the first video was me doing the valance thing, spoiler thing, whatever you call it, and then I thought maybe I'll do something else and chuck a video out in a couple of days. However, I think I can draw that one to an end by giving you some news on what I'm going to do tomorrow. I'm currently back at Josh's place, who I borrowed the trailer off, collecting it again to fetch another project tomorrow. For a while, a mate of mine at work's been wanting to buy my Freelander off me, and I was toying with getting rid and just using the Allegro as a daily, but as has been remarked by a few of the followers and people on social media, etc., until I can trust the Allegro fully, that was perhaps a crazy idea. So I'm going to sell the Freelander to a mate of mine who I work with, and then buy a cheap runaround for work and back that I know is pretty reliable. So the trailer's on the back, and then early on tomorrow I'm going to go and fetch the project. I'm not going to divulge what it is right now, other than it's still in the Rover envelope, shall we say. It's not as old as the Allegro, it's not as new as the Freelander, and it's a diesel engine vehicle as well, so I'm fairly sure, looking at the MOT history online and such like, that it's going to be as reliable as it can, and I know the engine's pretty well in these. So yeah, tune in to the next video, which will possibly be Friday night or Saturday, and you'll see what I've gone and brung in it. Catch you later.